Ryan Carter's family barely scraped by, but his mother gave their last dollars to neighbors and fed strangers despite his constant warnings. When she died peacefully, their final conversation had been an argument. Cleaning her room, Ryan found a hidden notebook titled Our Treasure with over 100 names. What he discovered when he started calling them brought him to his knees. Ryan Carter grew up in a house where money was always tight. His family lived paycheck to paycheck, sometimes not even that. There were weeks when the cupboards were nearly empty. It was a constant struggle just to keep their heads above water. But despite their circumstances, Ryan's mother had a heart that seemed to know no boundaries. She was the kind of woman who would notice when someone was hurting, even if she was hurting too. Where others saw scarcity, she saw opportunity to help. Ryan watched his mother give away their last $20 to a neighbor whose car had broken down. She would spend hours helping elderly neighbors or sit with sick children when their parents had to work. These acts frustrated Ryan deeply. He would pull her aside and tell her they couldn't afford this. He warned her repeatedly that someone would take advantage of her generosity. But she never listened. Every time Ryan raised his concerns, his mother would give him that same gentle smile and tell him that helping people was never wrong. That kindness was never wasted. Then one morning, everything changed. His mother had gone to bed the night before, like always. But when morning came, she didn't wake up. She had passed away peacefully in her sleep. The guilt hit him hardest when he realized their last real conversation had been another argument about her helping people. And now she was gone. The days that followed were a blur of arrangements and condolences. After the funeral, Ryan knew he needed to do something with his hands. He decided to clean the house. He started with her bedroom. As he worked his way around the room, Ryan knelt down to look under the bed. That's when he saw it. A package pushed far back against the wall. He pulled it out slowly. It was wrapped in old cloth, faded from years of being tucked away. Ryan sat on the floor and carefully unwrapped it. But when the cloth fell away, just a notebook. It was old and worn, the cover creased and soft from being opened many times. On the front cover, in his mother's familiar handwriting, were 2 words, "Our treasure." He flipped through quickly and realized the entire notebook was filled with names, hundreds of them. Each entry was carefully written with the person's full name, address, phone number, and occupation. But what caught his attention most was the note at the bottom of each page, the same sentence repeated over and over. "They have met my son, and they are always ready to help." Ryan decided he needed answers. He picked up his phone and dialed the first number. It belonged to a man named Tom Hayes, who lived a few blocks away. Tom answered on the 3rd ring, and Ryan explained who he was. Tom told Ryan that his mother had been a wonderful woman, that she had helped him years ago when he lost his job, never asked for anything in return. She had asked Tom if he would help Ryan if he ever needed anything. Tom had agreed without hesitation. He called another number. This time it was a woman named Lisa Grant, who owned a small diner downtown. She told a similar story. Ryan's mother had worked extra shifts at the diner years ago when business was slow, refusing payment, and had talked about her son and asked if Lisa would keep an eye out for him. The pattern continued with every call. Or was there something more to these connections? Ryan decided to visit some of the people on the list in person. He walked to the addresses closest to his house, knocking on doors, introducing himself. Every door that opened revealed the same story. His mother had helped these people during their darkest moments. She had given them hope when they had none. And in return, she had asked for just one thing: that they remember her son. One elderly man invited Ryan inside and showed him photos of his grandchildren. He explained that Ryan's mother had driven him to the hospital every week for treatments when he was sick, had sat with him during chemotherapy. He told Ryan that he would do anything for him, anytime, anywhere. A young couple told Ryan how his mother had helped them when they first moved to the neighborhood with nothing. They considered her family. And now they told Ryan he was family too. He finally understood what his mother had been doing all those years. Every person she had helped had become part of a network. His mother had known she wouldn't always be there to protect him. So she had created a community that would. Ryan walked to the diner where Lisa worked. He sat at the counter, and she immediately poured him coffee. She told him that his mother used to sit in that exact spot, that Ryan would always have a place here, always have a meal if he needed one. Looking around the diner, Ryan realized his mother had left him something that no amount of money could buy. She had left him belonging, security, a place in the world where people knew his name and cared about his well-being. The notebook wasn't just a list of names. It was a map of love, a testament to a life lived in service of others, and proof that the best inheritance isn't measured in dollars, but in the hands willing to help you up when you fall. Ryan returned home that evening and sat with the notebook open on his lap. Our treasure. She had been right all along. Helping others was never wasted. Kindness was never foolish. And you? If you discovered your parent had built an invisible network of support like this, how would it change the way you saw their life?